hashtag snorkel day. Heather, 2/3 of the city are dead.
Yeah, just drowned. And you're talking about snorkeling?
Dead. You need to, like, moderate your jokes. This is not okay.
Well, what would the cousin, what would the nephew be thinking right now? That's what you gotta ask yourself.
The nephew is dead. He drowned, Mallow.
Well, I'm sure there's an endless supply of nephews.
There's so many little things that could have been done, and I can't even suggest small things because they're all underwater.
Exactly.
Well, so I think that what any sensible city would do right now in this situation is build a zoo. And so I'm thinking, because our last zoo doesn't have any animals in it, it's a dead animal zoo. And so I think we need a nice living animal zoo somewhere.
Right. Okay.
That actually has some animals in it. And,
That can be arranged.
Now that 2/3 of the population of the city is dead and more are still dying, what we really need is a zoo.
I agree. We need to keep the people entertained.
Yes, those who remain. Those very, very few who are alive.
The North Koreans, basically,
yes,
who can't access the zoo,
Imagine a city that's just been devastated this much, building a zoo.
There might be a little bit of a talk about corruption.
Yeah, corruption, inappropriate spending. The name for the zoo is Everyone Memorial Zoo.
Because everyone's dead.
In memory of when this town had a population. A moose once bit my sister at a hashtag moose and reindeer enclosure. The remaining water is dangerously close to Everyone Memorial Zoo. Good. This is fine.
Heather Walker is still alive. She's sick.
Hashtag snorkel day. Heather, 2/3 of the city are dead.
Yeah, just drowned. And you're talking about snorkeling?
Dead. You need to, like, moderate your jokes. This is not okay.
Well, and it's worse because snorkeling is a water-related activity.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what it's in reference to. It's hashtag flood, hashtag snorkel day.
Oh, yeah, flood, yeah. Okay,
she's mocking the, over 10,000 people who just died.
Yep.
And the thing is, they didn't just leave. Like, they didn't... The beam had luckily fallen so that a small space was left below. We have a survivor, hashtag survivor found. What are you talking about? It was a flood. The small space below is full of water.
Well, it was on the upper floor and it was below the roof.
Right. That's not appropriate, Albert! They're dead! Why do these people not have any respect for the dead? This is not like a minor little, rainfall flood. This is like a world-ending catastrophe.
Look at, it's just, on the city.
Yes.
The water is just... The city is water.
Yes, the city is a lake. The amount of time it's going to take for that to drain, I think that by the time my next one comes around, it's still
No, it's not
going
to be anywhere near drained yet, no.
We have to rebuild, Mallow. We have to rebuild.
Absolutely, yeah. Otherwise, what's the point of Everyone Memorial Zoo? Now, these people are still too few services. That's not surprising.
Yeah. Low land value.
Is that the biggest problem you're concerned about?
It's also inaccessible in spite of not being part of North Korea.
North Korea is doing just fine.
Their land value is low because they used to have a nice overlook of the city and now they have a nice overlook of death.
Exactly. This is what happens when North Korea wins. and the rest of the world loses.
The smell of corpses is what's making North Korea's value go down.
Yes, exactly.
Our vacation was extended by the fact that the highway is flooded.
Could someone water the plants while...
Yeah, I think God has watered the plants for you.
Indeed,
That's been taken care of.
And fertilized.
And fertilized. Well, no, that was us. That was all on us.
Yep.
Thanks, Ant Mayor, for supporting the timber industry.
Okay, so the disaster response unit has not gotten around to most...
What is wrong with you?
Tsunami has struck the city.
There's...
Yeah, I know.
Avoid waterfronts. You mean the city? The city is a waterfront right now.
Do I not have a... No, I have a cemetery. You should have access to... Well, there's probably not enough hearses yet.
Yeah, hearses that use all of them.
Yes. That's fair, I suppose. So they talk about death waves in city skylines. Like, this might be the biggest death wave.
This is definitely... Oh, God, the worst thing is when this finally goes down, everybody's going to move back in at the same time, so it will not... Like, not only was it a death wave, it will create death waves
more death waves
and over again.
Yeah. This is like a great filter.
Yeah.
So now we know that it does flood over this.
Yeah.
Barely.
Yeah. But by the time it floods over that, there's a lot that's filled in.
The tsunami was so devastating that the water still down here has not settled.
Yeah. It would be a very bad idea to build roads out there and zone the area that's about to get refilled in with water.
Yes, it would. I mean, I can't afford really to... I mean, I have money, but that money is going down quickly. And is not going to be coming up anytime soon.
What's wrong with our garbage collection service? Trash and corpses are piling up.
I will keep...
Well, actually, you probably don't have... Like, the ones that are entirely underwater surely are disabled, right? So you're not paying for them anyway.
No, I don't think they automatic... Well, I think they're disabled only insofar as they're rubble.
Right. Well, yeah, but
so,
in terms of, like, you're not paying for them. So actually,
I think
the
you're right,
problem solved itself.
Yes. I have some commercial demand, so there's that.
What is this? It's been months. In-game months.
Garbage processing. So, because all my recycling centers are destroyed.
It's gonna take a long time.
So now,
for this to
see, instead of 3 hearses, it's 10.
Right, and they're still all in use. Shocking.
Yes. Yes, this is going to take quite a while. There will be several more things that you make me do before.
Yeah, and my demand that I self-moderate is making this really difficult.
Yep. We'll see. I do see people actually building buildings down here, so that's got to be a good sign. Problem is, the disaster response unit is only one disaster response unit.
The other one is currently underwater.
3 helicopters associated with it, which means that only 3 helicopters are currently going around.
But apparently there
buildings.
are still survivors. So that tweet, this is like an appropriate. This is an appropriate tweet for this kind of situation.
Appropriate level of.
I still feel that hashtags are never appropriate for anything but levity. But setting that aside, that's an appropriate tweet for this. Unlike hashtag lucky you.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Well, so I think the problem is that the game doesn't know just how many people died.
Right. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it just chooses the tweets from its Tweeto base, and it doesn't, or its Chirpo base, and it doesn't really know. Oh my God! It was above 15,000. The more than 11,000 people died.
Yep. That's like more than 2/3 of the people in the city died.
Collapsed buildings. That. Oh my God.
Oh, here we go. Casualties from the disasters. You ready for this?
I would love to. Huh.
It's a rate.
Okay.
So per per whatever the length is.
I see.
So, yeah. So you have to integrate this to get this.
Well, yeah, population change is still pretty pretty dramatic.
Yeah. Well, and we know exactly what that came from.
Yes,
so.
yeah. Boy, that's great.
This is considered one disaster, by the way. I don't know what a 7/10 of a disaster is. But...
retroactively, that's 7/10 of a disaster. It seemed like a disaster, but now that we've seen what a real disaster is like, that your happiness has taken a little bit of a dip.
Yeah, it's going back up. Tourists really didn't get affected by that.
Well, they couldn't leave anyway. So
True.
Because they were all in Hotel California.
Birth rate has dropped off for some unknowable reason. Nobody wants to come to my city for some reason.
Well, nobody can, whether they want to or not. Because that's like, part of the problem is the city can't rebuild because the highway is still flooded. And even if the highway wasn't flooded, the few parts of the city that are still above water are flooded. So,
yeah.
Or sorry, are above water, they're not accessible except by flooded roads.
Yeah.
Where do you think you're going, friend?
To have to stop here.
Yeah.
Just like these
people are like entirely underwater. So my current style here is that the 5-year-old nephew has suddenly turned positive,
benevolent,
and is going to try to make things modestly better. And I don't, because like really, if I was in this situation, the main thing I would do is wait. But I have to give you some kind of command.
Yep.
So I think like the thing is, the highway is going to be the first thing to clear. So I think we need an alternative route from the highway to the unflooded area of the north. And I think if you sort of go around on the northern side, you might be able to sort of get it connected somewhere that isn't flooded and get those people able to access land again, or access the unflooded land again. This has turned into a completely different kind of series.
It really has.
Didn't realize we were playing a scenario, but apparently we were. I would suggest that if you build your diverging diamond over where the current over-under is, you could just turn the highway part into an over-under and then have a lot of fun trying to figure out how to hook up everything
I know,
else.
I thought about that.
There's something, like, hideously inappropriate about everyone memorial.
Yes.
Also, of all of the, like, structures to be in memorial of the...
Oh yeah, a zoo. A zoo is pretty bad.
It's basically the worst. Like, a memorial park, yeah. A memorial zoo? I mean, it's not like... There are worse things imaginable.
Yeah.
Like, you know, everyone memorial coal power plant. But...
Yeah.
Of the things that you can vaguely imagine someone actually making such a thing, a memorial zoo in memory of everyone is pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
You are building a structure that no one has ever considered building before.
Yes.
Like, this is the most insane road structure ever.
Okay. It's all good. It's all... no, it's not.
There we go. I was about to say. It's all good except for the part that is not actually connected to the rest of the highway.
It's just like... It's like somebody's crossed legs or something. It's like a tall person here standing with crossed legs.
Yep.
I think it's actually going to all clear out pretty quickly, though, once it goes, because I think it's all sort of going down at the same time.
Yeah.
And the
highway is just
water is
open
low
enough. They're willing to ford
water
that.
is-
They are
exactly.
entirely underwater, but they're
Yes,
apparently
yes,
willing to
well.
ford that.
I don't think they're entirely underwater. Some of the cars are pretty bad. This is enough water, certainly, to make cars float away.
Yeah,
but-
you could not drive in that. Definitely not. Ironically, while the highway
Why-
is now functioning again, no one can access Everyone Memorial Zoo because...
Why are they doing it this way?
That's a great question. What? What the hell are they doing?
Okay, you can't do that. You cannot go that way. Oh, well, that doesn't answer that question, but let's fix this too. Now they're going this way.
Is it possible that they can't go straight there? Well, no, they definitely...
They
what the
should be
hell?
able to,
What
but
is
let me-
happening? They just
me-
refuse to go on.
Yes.
There's a rumor going around that Hancock Bridge is haunted. They won't do
Exactly.
it.
There they go.
Why did that fix anything? What a great question.
What a great question. But now it fixed everything, so all these people didn't want to go that way in
Oh,
the first place. Now they're all
the
doing a
water
little
is-
turnaround.
is-
Yes, it's mostly gone.
Mostly gone.